Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting transfer updates. We begin with Joao Felix, as Barcelona will move for the 50 million rated attacker only if a forward leaves. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Fermin Lopez, as the Barca midfield prodigy will reportedly sign a new contract until 2028 today, according to Gerard Romero. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very much welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Strengthening the squad with the intention of competing for all trophies this season remains the motive for Barcelona president Joan Laporta. Barca are currently unbeaten in the league and appear to be gaining some momentum, but they want to ensure there are no glaring holes left within the squad before the transfer window slams shut. As such, the La Liga champions continue to be linked with Joao Felix, who has already declared his desire to wear the Blaugrana jersey this summer. Now, as per Mundo Deportivo, the pursuit of Felix has not faded away, but will only materialize if departures from the stacked front line are carried out. The two forwards that seem most likely to bid Barcelona farewell are Ace Abde and Ansu Fati, who are beginning to lose prominence in the team and have observed dwindling game time recently. Even though Abde wishes to succeed at Barca, it has been suggested that he could hit the exit door at birth only to join teams residing in La Liga. Ansu Fati faces a similar situation, with a young star keen to improving his situation at Barcelona and turn over a new leaf. However, he also has ample interest from foreign clubs, and his agent, George Mendes, who remains excellent ties with Laporta, could end up persuading him to leave. So, it has already been said by many that the transfer saga involving Joao Felix and Barca would go right down to the wire, and with the final days approaching, this seems to be the case. Felix, whose market value stands at 50 million euros, has endured a tumultuous time at Atletico Madrid, and after strained relations with the Spanish capital club, he has been excluded from the team dynamics. Barcelona will have to offload players before any moves are being made. Therefore, it remains to be seen if the likes of Fati or Abde leaves the club to pave the way for Joao Felix's signing. Of course, Joao Felix continued to be linked, and it is really disappointing that as time runs out, the window is coming to a close. I can't still see any green light, because as it stands, Barca can't go for Joao Felix right now. They can't until there's space in the wage bill, which means they must at least sacrifice one forward. According to reports, they must sacrifice one forward. And now this report claims that either Ansu Fati or Ace Abde, can be one of them. Joao Felix continues to wait for Barca. He is fed up at Atletico, and Diego Simeone himself have already counted him out of his plans, which means that Atletico themselves are indirectly waiting for Barca to come take him. The player have refused quite a good number of offers from Saudi Arabia, from other European clubs, but the player still waits for Barca, all in the name of hoping that Barca can make things happen. But how can it happen if these forwards are not willing to leave? We know that since Dembele left, there have always been this talk about bringing in a new attacker. When Neymar was the one linked some few months ago, Xavi was not in favor of that. And partly because of that, Neymar failed to join Barca and left for Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia. So as it stands right now, Barca continue to monitor Joao Felix as the next alternative to strengthen the attacking line. Given the fact that Robert Lewandowski have not hit his best form yet so far this season, it will be very important to bring in another forward who has that goal scoring instincts, as we have seen in Joao Felix's case in the past. And I think if Joao Felix can make it to Barca, after Barca recently concluded the signing of Joao Cancelo yesterday, as it was announced by Fabrizio Romano that it was a year we go, then I think it's going to be a good summer. But right now, there are still a lot of contradicting reports talking about the fact if Joao Felix will be the one to come, or Xavi will continue to push the club to go for an attacking-minded midfielder. It still remains to be seen which decisions have been made, but of course, it is no secret that President Joan Laporta is a huge fan of Joao Felix, and considering the close ties, considering the close relationship he has with Felix's agent, George Mendes, it could still make things easier for us. Then on to the final story of discussion. Only earlier today, Fabrizio Romano reported that Barcelona had opened talks to renew the contract of midfield prodigy Fermin Lopez. Now, building on that, Gerard Romero's Gigantes FC is stating that the 20-year-old La Masia ace is set to sign a new long-term contract with Barcelona today itself. Lopez's current contract with Barca expires in 2024, and the plan is for the young star to extend it by 4 more years, committing his future to the club until 2028. A product of the club's youth academy, Lopez has made steady progress through the ranks. The young attacking midfielder spent the last season away on loan at Linares and enjoyed a productive spell, which was enough for Xavi to draft him into the first team dynamics. Lopez was part of the US pre-season tour, where he caught everyone's eye with some fine performances, with his goal against Real Madrid being a particular standout moment. Having continued with the first team after pre-season tour, the Spanish attacking midfielder finally made his senior debut for the club in La Liga against Villarreal this past Sunday. Now, as a reward for his progression and an effort to keep him tied down at the club, Barcelona will be handing him a new 4-year contract until 2028. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.